Hello, everybody, and welcome to PandaCast. I am Rainbow Red Panda, and today I am joined by two of my favorite people, Chilo and Cynthus LaFleur.
Woo! Hey! Hi!
Now, yes. Do you
going
guys want to explain your outfits?
Yes. Today I'm the Undertaker. Well, no, sorry. I am the Upper Taker. Copyright. I am the Upper Taker today. You know, inspired by the Undertaker. You know, I don't know anything about wrestling, but I do know about the Undertaker. Well, I just seen him on the show. That's about it.
Yes. And I am a total diva.
Yes. G.I. Jane.
G.I. Ho.
But yeah.
Coming soon to E.
Yes.
Love. Thank you for having us on your podcast.
Yes. And for those of you who don't know Chilo and Cynthus, they are two of my dearest friends. Me and Chilo have worked together for many years, and they are not wrestling fans.
No.
They're not wrestling haters, but they are not wrestling fans.
Exactly.
I did grow up in a family that used to watch WWE all the time.
Yeah,
so,
same.
I know some people, I don't know who's, still around, but I have some prior knowledge.
Yeah, for sure. I know The Rock.
I think The Rock is one of those that's known by pretty much everyone.
Right.
But there are, I remember when I went to go see Fast 5 in theaters, I think it was that was the first Fast and Furious movie that he was in. And literally the last row was full of Amish people because I come from an area where there are Amish people. But it wasn't just Amish people, it was only Amish women.
Oh, interesting.
So I made the joke to my friends because I went by myself. So I was texting people. I'm like, guys, The Rock has the power to electrify those without electricity.
Yeah.
They came to see this movie.
That is funny.
I love that.
So even those without electricity know The Rock. So yes, later we will be playing a game that will probably be testing your wrestling knowledge. Chilo might be a little better at this. This will sort of be his test to see how much he pays attention to me talking about wrestling every morning before we open the store. But Cynthus, I think that there will be some that you know as well. We will see.
I'm sure.
Okay, so you both kind of said you know some of wrestling. You either grew up with people who watched it or you just know from... I feel like in the 90s so much was happening with wrestling that even if you didn't know, you knew because it was just everywhere.
Exactly.
But what was do you know what your first impressions were of wrestling?
My first impressions, I don't know, anything that was manly and masculine and very rough around the edges, that never really appealed to me. I don't know why. I would sit there and watch some episodes with my brothers and stuff, but I never cared for it, if that makes I would just watch, but not get really into it. I would just know who's who by them explaining who's their favorites. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
My first impression was, I think I was 5 when I first watched WWE, specifically WWE. And I was super scared because there was these grown-ass men just throwing each other around. And I forgot what fight it was, but someone busted their nose and there was so much blood. That's when I got into it. I was like, oh my gosh, they're bleeding. So much fun.
Right. You like to see people getting hurt. Exactly.
It was fun, yeah.
Yeah. As long as there's blood. Sarah knows about that.
Yeah, I had the biggest crush on Stone Cold Steve Austin growing up. So bad.
Interesting.
Crushing beers.
And what would you say was your first impression of wrestling fans?
So my brothers were wrestling fans, fanatics. They would turn their, what was it? You call bunk beds? Yeah, bunk beds. Into these wrestling rings and would just start from the top, end in the bottom, go into the the ladder, the steps, whatever you call that. Go into the living room, fight on the couch, fight in the kitchen. It was insanity. So watching that was pretty funny though. To be honest, it was really fun to watch.
Yeah, I think I had a fun experience living in a household with wrestling fans as well. Just because even though my brother is 8 years younger than me, we would wrestle all the time. So it was always a it was always fun. Like wrestling was always like a part of his life.
I know.
Always play fight. We always play fight.
Yeah.
And then my stepdad would take us out and take us to like Madison Square Garden to watch
you watched it?
Yeah, I went twice. I know they went a few times, but I only went twice.
Yeah, I want to know part in being physical with anybody, so that's about it.
That's amazing. I'm glad to hear like positive thoughts on fans, because a lot of times with people that aren't necessarily fans, you'll get the like they think that they're all like trashy or like rednecks, or like you just get a lot of like negative stereotypes. So it's always interesting to see what people think about the wrestling fan base, because it's definitely evolved. Like it's sort of like any other fan base. You have both extremes, but people tend to just think of the negative more than the positive.
I see it as sports fans.
Yeah, exactly. I just
like
think
that's about it. Like
you guys are just into it. You guys are into the storyline.
Yeah,
you're into the characters, and it's exciting.
RuPaul's Drag Race is my, it's like my football.
Your wrestling.
Yeah,
exactly,
my wrestling. Like
exactly.
You yell at the TV screen, you get amped up, and you start clapping for your favorite moments. Like it's the same thing. It's all about this. It's about a reaction. That's how I see it.
Okay, so you kind of already talked about, obviously you know who the Undertaker is, but like what wrestlers, like whenever you think of wrestlers, like who comes to mind?
John Cena.
Okay, of course. The Rock, obviously. You have to just take it there.
Randy Orton.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. China.
Yes, China.
Because as a little kid, as a little gay kid, you wanted to be China.
As a non-young gay kid, I wanted to be China.
Right.
Who else?
There Ric Flair.
Is there one called Triple X?
Yeah, Triple X.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
He married. There was like I don't know if they actually got married, but there was like this storyline where he married like.
On the show.
I forgot what's his name, but he was like the main guy, like who owned.
So the storyline actually became a real thing, and so Triple H is married currently to Stephanie McMahon, who is the boss's daughter, and they're still married to this day.
When that happened, it was like iconic. I was watching it on TV.
However, the tea behind that is that originally Triple H and China were together.
Oh.
And then I'm thinking that they broke up and had like a clean breakup, and then he got with Stephanie, but then there was always turmoil between Stephanie and China.
Ooh, I never knew that.
Yeah, which is rumored to have been why China kind of was ostracized in the company, and there's a lot of that's like the wrestling drama.
Oh,
I like that.
Expose. Love this. Mm-hmm. This is T Central.
And it's also sort of rumored why China isn't in the Hall of Fame. There's a whole like China rabbit hole.
Which is crazy because personally, just because she's so iconic, coming from two non-wrestling fans, we know who China is.
Like
I think most people back in the day know who China is.
And that's really cool to hear, because like I think that's kind of how she wanted to be remembered. She wanted to kind of be the person that showed that like women can do anything. Like she was one of the first women, if not the first, to have like a man's title,
right?
And to sort of play, and because of her look and her stature, she could be in a ring with a man and it wouldn't be looked at as like abuse. Right. Like, if you had like one of the like Barbie doll kind of characters in with a man, that would be like, oh, like that's like domestic violence that they're portraying, which isn't necessarily always the case. But with her, she was able to actually make it look good and like make it entertaining. So it's interesting to hear that like non-wrestling fans did notice her, because I think that was her ultimate goal. Sadly, she has passed.
Sure.
Okay, so this would be more for Chilo, since I see him on a daily basis. But like, what did you think of whenever you found out that like I was a wrestling fan? Whenever I started like annoying you every day with like all of these different things.
I didn't think much of it, to be honest. Like, I had brothers who were wrestling fans, so it wasn't like out of the ordinary for me to hear that someone's a wrestling fan. But I didn't know you were that into wrestling as you show. Like, you portray like this huge fan. You go to the shows and you've seen and you met wrestlers and you follow the wrestlers. I'm like, wow, it's intense. But you showed me a whole new world of wrestling, especially through, I always forget his name, but I'm going to call him the Spanish God. Him on YouTube, and like seeing like the behind the scenes is pretty cool. So I don't know, like I respect the art of wrestling, even though I'm not a fan. So I think you showed me that there's a fun aspect of wrestling that these people actually make it fun, and they're like loving what they're doing. I mean, they love what they're doing, and yeah.
And you guys actually came with me for my birthday party this year instead of just doing a dinner. I was like, there was this wrestling extravaganza fashion show, which I talked about 2 podcasts ago. But you guys, I was like, I want non-wrestling fans to go. So I invited all of you guys, and you guys came. And
I had fun. Yeah. I had fun. I wish that I didn't have to work the next day.
Yeah.
I had to work the next day, right?
We both did.
Yeah, everyone had to work the next day.
Right. I wish I didn't have to because it was so like chill. It was such a different experience. Like I'm used to, like I said before, I lived in a household with like WWE specific like fans. Yeah. So like I never really experienced other types of wrestling or other
in person. I've never seen that in person.
Exactly.
I was shook to the core. I was like, oh my God, they're gonna get on top of me. They're gonna start throwing me into the ring, into the middle of it. Like I was all the way in the by the walls.
I know you were.
I was pretty scared, but it was entertaining to watch,
I loved it. I didn't expect all that. I didn't expect it.
The trash talking is what got me. And, like, the trash talking got me, like, I was thinking, like, oh, my God, like, are they going too far? Like, are they going to get offended? Are they going to actually get into a real fight? And I overheard them saying that they didn't really meet each other prior to the fight. So that was pretty interesting.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting. Like, I didn't even know what was going to happen at that event because it wasn't, like, a traditional wrestling match. It was, a fashion show, but it was also, like, one of the guys that was in the main event, Casanova Valentine, he sort of created this concept of like a no-ring death match, which is where basically you can have a match anywhere with anything, any sort of weapon or anything that you want to use. It's all there. And he's sort of known in this area. I've watched lots of indie stuff where anytime they go out of the ring, they reference Casanova, and he's like right after that, like I think right before all this quarantine stuff happened, he went to Australia and did like a little tour there. So he's sort of taken it all over. And so MV Young kind of collabed with him to make the show that he made. And I think he wants to do it in a lot of different places. He's like, I want to take it to Paris. I want to take it to LA. I want to do both New York Week Fashion Weeks.
As he should.
And for real, guys, like you guys should start doing the makeup for those people. Like there were so many people. I bet they could have used a couple of makeup artists.
That's true.
Look, being there in that moment, I was like, okay, there was definitely like moments where they were like looking for time for the next event to happen, and I was like, wow, like they probably did need like extra hands on deck for that event. So maybe next time, like when this is all over, like actually put ourselves out there for that.
Yeah, and I mean now, like I have connections to MV. I've reached out to him, like told him, like, hey, this is what worked, this is what didn't. Like his merchandise stand and the whole like merch stand that was in our area was unmanned the entire night.
No.
And that was sort of a loss at a lot of these indie shows. The wrestlers depend on those merchandise to pay for their way or to give them an income.
I was literally standing by the merchandise table. Like, we were literally by there.
That's what it was?
Yeah, it was a table. And I was like, oh, I can grab your shirt if I wanted to. But
I didn't even know that was even merchandise to be sold.
Well, yeah, they definitely needed to highlight that.
Yeah, definitely, because I found out just now.
Well, I guess it's lesson learned. But Sarah was on.
Yeah, I'm glad that you guys had a good time. And once again, even though it's like been months now, like thanks for coming out for my birthday with me. It was literally 3 months ago today.
Today?
No.
Today's 6th.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh shit, you're right.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. And
a whole 3 months later.
Before all this bullshit happened.
Yeah, like right. I think we kind of all knew, but no one thought.
Right.
This sucks. But anyways, yeah, it was a fun time.
Okay, so I have a game that I want to play with you guys where I show you a picture of a wrestler, and I want to know if you were going to name them or what you think their name should be.
Okay.
Then I want to know what you think their name actually is.
Okay.
So this is the first wrestler. What would you name him?
Is this an older wrestler?
This is an older picture.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
He is still currently wrestling.
I think his name should be Goldilocks 300.
Oh my God.
And his actual name is probably like Stephen Good.
Stephen Good. That sounds like an actual wrestler name.
That was a nice wrestler name.
I probably will go with like the Golden Eagle. I don't know. I don't know why Eagle just comes into my head, but it's the Golden Eagle. That's so.
And what do you think his actual name is?
Oh, his actual name? Scotty Tuhati. That is one. I know that's probably not.
So I picked this picture because I thought that maybe you would recognize him better because this was taken, I don't know the exact date, but his debut was in 1999 for WWE. And his, like, one of his nicknames for his stage name was Y2J. And this is Chris Jericho.
Oh!
Chris Jericho? I couldn't even recognize him.
And he still wrestles today for AEW and was their first world champion.
No way.
Yeah.
I was literally
he's 49 years old, and I think he's been wrestling for either 20 or 30 years. I think 30 years.
Wow.
Still young.
He's still got it. He's more entertaining than ever. He has a new shirt. I'm not wearing it, but he has a new shirt that I bought to wear to the store that we work at, and it's a COVID-19 shirt, and it's like, was like, shut your mouth or wash your hands. I don't remember what it says now. It's like it's like wash your hands, and then at the bottom it's like, and shut your ass. It's so funny. Like, cover your face, wash your hands, and shut your ass, or something like that. And it's so funny. And I'm like, I need this for all of our customers.
Seriously.
All right, so this is the second one.
I used to hate staring at him.
Why?
As a kid. I don't know what it was about him that made me just cringe inside. No disrespect. I don't mean to offend anybody, whoever's fans of his. But I know his name is. I mean, what I would name him would be like. Let's say the slutty professor. No, I'm kidding. What would you call him? I know his name.
I know his name too, but I think he should have just went with.
He can't come up with anything. He's Mr. Isn't he McMahon? No, wait.
Yeah. McMahon.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mr. McMahon.
The owner of WWE, Mr. Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
Yeah. Okay, but his name should have just been like Vincent Kennedy McWoman.
Okay. Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
At least I came up with something.
Yeah, I couldn't because his face just bothers the life out of me.
Okay. So, picture number 3.
Yes.
Isn't that?
I would have called her Xena, the warrior princess, but that is China.
That's China, right?
Yeah.
Damn.
I didn't even know that you guys knew her. I was just like excited to be like, look at China.
Yes. She's definitely like Amazonia. I would call that Amazonia.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, she definitely, I think, and because Xena was out at the time, I think it gave her, like, you just remembered her look because it was kind of similar to Xena.
Yeah, but she's gorge.
Love. I love her aesthetic. I love that her arms are so built.
Mm-hmm.
And her body's so feminine. Like, she still played off, like, feminine with the masculine touch.
Yes, and she was, like, I guess, sort of, she did have, like, some masculine features, but whenever WWE had their, like, collaborations with Playboy, she was one of the people that they chose to pose.
I remember that.
Too masculine for Playboy.
No, I think she's perfect.
Love it.
Yes.
Women come in all shapes.
She's queen.
Yes, I love her. And she has definitely paved the way. I haven't I didn't put this wrestler into the mix, but now I think China would get a lot of credit for it, even though I don't know that the wrestler has said it. But now in one of the organizations, there is a woman who is like the main title holder, like the world heavyweight champion is held by a woman.
Yeah.
Kind of has similar, like she's not quite as masculine featured as China was, but she definitely like holds her own.
Yes.
And I think that China definitely helped make that a possibility.
Definitely, of course.
Next one.
I feel like I should know them.
I was just gonna say
I feel like I should know them.
Are they?
They definitely were in the era of when I watched wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't remember their names for the life of me.
Wait.
I would call them the Boulay brothers.
Okay, no.
And I think they're actually called the Hardy brothers.
Wait. No, wait. Isn't
The
it
Hardy brothers. I don't know.
Isn't there someone like Hardy?
Someone Hardy, yeah, but I just went for it.
Oh, it's Jeff Hardy. I know.
Go for it. Go.
Damn. I would, off the back, I would just name them Double D.
Double D.
Double D. But
You mean like Daniel and Darwin?
yes, the Double Ds. Love. They are. Oh man, I feel like I do know them, but I don't know them by name, so I don't know their names.
Just go for it. Go for it.
They're something brothers, aren't they?
They are brothers.
Okay, and their names I think their names like something brothers.
Okay, but
This was kind of close. Think about like the old book series.
oh, I was close.
Book series. So this is Matt and Jeff Hardy, and they're the Hardy Boys.
Oh,
Hardy Boys! With a Z.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, I like that.
The one with the purple arms. The one with the purple arms. Definitely, like I remember his face.
I remember.
That's Jeff.
I remember the opposite.
Okay,
The opposite guy.
yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
so you guys could cosplay them someday.
Yes.
I want the purple arms.
Fine.
The Double Ds.
Damn, the Hardy Boys. I should have. Oh, I was close.
Next time.
And now they are both still wrestling. Matt is currently in AEW, and Jeff is in WWE.
Okay.
But who knows if they will reunite? Hopefully they will.
I hope so.
And they still got it. All right. Next.
I don't know this guy. Love the outfit though. His
Very
name,
camp.
I think his wrestling name should have been Ricky Ricardo, but his real name, I can't even read his chain. Something Father.
I purposely got one that didn't have the chain in it because that's like his name.
Oh, shit.
So it's not the Godfather. Yeah, I've never seen this guy before, but I would call him Tank.
Tank.
This is the Godfather.
Wow.
And in the 90s, he would come out with his hose. He called a hoe train.
Oh my goodness. Iconic.
And he was their pimp persona.
Now I get the hat. Now I get the
love.
Yeah.
He does, I think, every once in a while make an appearance in WWE, but because it's more PC now, they don't mention the hose.
The hose. Oh my god, that's funny. Oh please, that's funny.
He lost his hose.
Yes.
More hose.
It would be interesting though if they did decide to bring back the hose, if they used like a different variety, like not all women.
Or
decided to.
Or on a more modern take, like he could just have a bunch of e-girls.
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
You know him?
Damn. Yes, it's the same era that I was watching WWE. It's just his name is not coming up. I think his name
Is his name Gardner? Gardner C. I don't know.
His name should have been the Bull.
No, the bull.
But his real name, I feel like once Sarah says his real name,
You're gonna be like,
I'm gonna be like,
I know.
oh my god, of course I should have
I know
known.
him. Wow, that's a classic belt. I remember my brothers had a belt like that too.
Yeah, my brother too.
No, I don't know him.
I don't either.
Okay, so this is Eddie Guerrero.
Oh my gosh.
Don't know him.
I definitely heard of the name before.
Okay.
He's one of those guys that he wasn't super like the stereotypical wrestler. He wasn't super tall or like the big brute guy, but he was very loved by fans, and he was probably, from my memory, one of the first shocking wrestling deaths. He sort of suddenly died of a heart attack in his hotel room, like right before he was supposed to wrestle.
Wow.
So his wife, Vicky, ended up sort of not taking his place, obviously, because she wasn't a wrestler. Like, she couldn't just take his place, but she sort of stayed in the business, or came into the business, and has made a really good name for herself, and like kept his memory and his spirit alive.
Oh, that's beautiful.
But whenever you like talk about like early 2000s, like 90s wrestling, like he's one of like the staples.
Wow.
And
I definitely remember him. His name probably should have been Ebenezer Scrooge, but his real name, this guy I just don't recognize at all.
I kind of feel like I have seen him before. Did he wrestle in the early 2000s?
He probably did, but not on like television.
Okay, so I really don't know his name, but
I don't know. He looks like a Sammy.
He looks like an Aaron McFly. Like, I don't know.
So we picked him hoping that maybe, because we're all vegans, and he is also vegan.
Oh.
So he has made a lot of like sports lists for like different vegan organizations. And he actually, like, this belt that he's holding is the main title that he had repurposed into. He made it out of hemp and different like stones to make it eco-friendly, because he didn't want to hold it on the belt. And his name is Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan.
That's so cool, though.
2 first names into one.
Daniel Bryan.
His real name is Bryan Danielson, so he sort of like just switched his name. And he, if you were to watch Total Divas or Total Bellas on E, he is the husband of Bella.
That's where I've seen him.
No,
that's where I've seen him. I was like, I know, I felt like I've seen that face before.
Yeah,
I watched a few episodes of Total Divas, so
yeah, that's him. I just wanted a picture with that belt, and so it's not the best picture of him, but that's him. All right.
Is that orange juice?
Who is this?
Mr. Who do you think his name is?
Because I didn't even know his name was Orange Juice. I know that you guys know him. I know that you guys know him. Wait, is that Orange Juice?
No. Oh. Not Orange Juice.
I was like, I didn't even know his name was Orange Juice, but
he's King Orange.
I think his name should be Jeremy Scott.
Okay, completely off brand. That is Mr. Orange Cassidy. Right?
The king of sloth style, Orange Cassidy.
Of not doing anything, but then doing something.
Yes.
So funny.
He's definitely like, he's one of the fan favorites, and I love him. I could make a whole podcast of my love for Orange Cassidy.
Honestly, he's hilarious to watch in the ring. Like, watching him wrestle is so freaking funny. And when she shows me at work, like, I'd be dying.
Is he
the
he's
one
that has his butt out in the air?
No, that's not him.
Oh.
No. Those aren't aired on TV.
Oh.
But that's not him.
Who is this one?
See, I've definitely seen him only because my stepdad had older video cassettes of like wrestling matches or whatever the case is.
Ooh, video cassettes.
Yeah, I know. We're going back there.
I mean, the picture right there just says cassettes. Like, it just says we're in the 80s or 90s. Yeah. I don't know why. Jeremy Renner?
No, Jeremy Renner.
Isn't that Hawkeye?
Yeah. I feel like it's gonna be another one of those where I'm gonna hear his name and it's gonna be like,
but just say what you think his
all
name
right,
is.
I think his name is.
You got the mullet. I don't think that's a mullet. It's actually his back.
He looks like a Tom Hart or something.
You were gonna say Tom Hardy.
Tom Hart. Oh, I was gonna say Tom Hardy.
No, it just sounds like that. Tom Hart.
Tom Hart. That's amazing. Okay, so this is probably one of arguably the greatest wrestlers of all time. It is my personal all-time favorite wrestler. I have a tattoo of a broken heart on my chin because of him.
Did I get the heart right?
Sort of. So this is the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels!
Wow.
That name is very...
Which is ironic that you called him a Hart because his like biggest rivalries in the company were against like Bret Hart and the different Hart members.
That is, there's some parts of you that do know that wrestler then.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And he was, I think, the only wrestler to pose and play girl.
No.
Oh, interesting.
And he was the first that I knew of to sing his own theme song, and it's still like the most iconic theme song ever.
Yes.
Is he still wrestling?
He is retired, but he still makes appearances. And finally, like a few years ago, he finally like shaved off all of his hair. He had long hair for like ever. Chilo.
The Spanish God.
Oh, is that his name for real?
Well, they call him the Spanish God, but he doesn't know any Spanish.
He looks like a Brandon Martinez.
So typical. Brandon Martinez. But you know, it's so funny because like I always forget his name, but I think if I remember you telling me because you repeat it all the time. Isn't it like Andy? No, it's like Sandy. No. Andy's. I don't know his name. I forgot.
Look at his titty flex.
I forgot his name.
His name is Sammy Guevara.
There you go.
Damn.
I know there was something with the Annie. It's like something Annie or something like that. Sammy.
And he is a vlogger on YouTube.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
yes.
She shows me his vlogs all the time.
He posts new videos every Tuesday, and he's very much made it part of his AEW persona to vlog while he's wrestling. So in the middle of a match, he'll pull out his phone and just start like vlogging, and then he uses that footage in the videos. And then his outro music is like one of my favorites.
Oh, for sure.
To give me the views.
Give me the views. That shit is so
Hey.
funny. I want the fucking views. That shit's funny.
Love it.
No, but he's actually really funny. Like, he'd be showing all the people behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm. And he definitely gives a different look at all of the wrestlers in AEW whenever he has them in his vlogs. His last vlog was because he hasn't been wrestling because AEW like pre-recorded a bunch of weeks. So his last vlog that he posted yesterday was him and a friend wrestling a mop and a broom. And it was very entertaining.
Love that.
And before he was the Spanish God, he was heavily like, he loves pandas. So he calls his fan base the Panda fam. And I always say that he's probably like my dream guest for this podcast so that it could be like a true PandaCast.
Oh, we have to get him to know this.
Yes.
You have to know.
One day Sammy Guevara will be on this podcast.
Yes,
girl.
Next.
Looks familiar looking.
Definitely in the 2000s.
Jeff Hardy.
Wait, yeah, we just
went Wait. Rick Steve. No. I don't know him.
His name
I feel like you would know him at least a little more than
Me? I don't even know.
Oh.
I've seen him before, but not like enough for me to like even have an inkling.
Chris Jericho?
No, he was the first
Oh.
time.
I'm literally forgetting everybody's name. Oh my god, I'm
He
terrible.
looks like what's Dylan's character in Charlie's Angels Full Throttle's evil boyfriend. What's his name?
Oh, I don't remember.
Oh gosh, he reminds me of some kind of like an Irish name or something.
The Scotch Bonnet. No,
The Scotch Bonnet. All right, you know what? I'm just gonna give it a shot. He looks like a Nico.
So I think I included him because he's from Chicago and I'm from Illinois, and he was one of the definite crowd favorites in the WWE, and he is CM Punk.
CM Punk.
And
CM Punk.
now he is not currently wrestling, but he did do a movie recently that you guys might like called The Girl on the Third Floor. It's like a horror.
Interesting.
Is that on Netflix?
It's on Netflix or Hulu. It's on one of the services that I have. I just don't remember which one.
I have a question. So he has shaved head. He has a shaved head in this photo, right?
I think his hair is slicked back, but he does usually he had like really long hair.
That's how I remember him having the long hair.
Mm-hmm. And he has a Pepsi tattoo on his arm because he's straight edge, and he has a Pepsi tattoo. So whenever they used to make like action figures and things from him, they had to remove it because Pepsi didn't want to pay.
Daddy.
Oh my god, expose! No, but so he's like the main guy in that movie?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh, okay.
We have to watch it.
It's pretty good.
I'm always passing it, but I'm like, I don't know if I want to give it time.
I would recommend it.
Okay, good.
Usually movies with wrestling or with wrestlers in them aren't that great, but a lot of the wrestling fans actually really like this movie. And it's not like produced by WWE or a wrestling company, so it's sort of like he just happens to be a wrestler, but he's in the movie. All right. So now we have Wrestler 13. You might know this one.
Oh, wait, this is not The Miz. It is The Miz.
No.
No.
Oh, wait, no, it's not.
I should have put The Miz in this, but I don't think I did.
Ah, shit.
His name is Prince Pudding.
Prince Pudding. Oh my god, no. Damn, I remember you showing me videos of him, or a video of him.
His name looks like he's like.
I remember the Burberry scarf. Oh.
He looks like a Maximilian or something.
Damn, I failed you today. I don't know. I forgot his name.
So this is MJF, which stands for Maxwell Jacob Friedman. So Cynthus was kind of...
I just remember the damn scarf.
But it's interesting because he wears the Burberry scarf, and then he has like merchandise that's a scarf that's like, it's not a knockoff Burberry, but it's sort of like, you're too poor to afford a Burberry, so here's my scarf instead.
Yeah.
Right.
And I feel like if I were to ever buy one of his like a merchandise from him, I would want just a Burberry scarf, because like I associate Burberry with him now. Like they need to pay him because I just associate him with that brand.
He's just advertising Burberry.
Like when Chris Clemens did his Burberry hair, I was just thinking of him the whole time.
Daddy. Well, I'm going to guess Daddy. And then I think his real name would be...
That jacket is everything.
He legit looks like a dad in a jacket.
Damn. Very colorful. Love.
Father Mayhem.
Is he an older wrestler? That looks like a new wrestler. He's a newer wrestler?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's in the Independents.
Oh. Wait. Do I know him?
Yes, you do.
Oh, that's the person with the ass out.
Oh, that's him?
Oh,
the one
shit.
That with his cheeks out?
Yes, what's his name? Forgot.
Damn, and you showed me once, and I just can't remember at all.
Sammy, right? Sammy?
No.
It's a typical name. I forgot his name.
His name is Effie.
Effie! There you go. Effie.
Yes, he is a very openly gay, very eccentric character. He comes out to an Elton John song.
Yes.
And nudity can be part of his wrestling persona.
Like, respect.
Well,
Nothing but
definitely,
respect.
Effie's not a normal name. I take that back. But I know who he is.
And I was really sad. One of my least favorite parts about not being able to go to Tampa for WrestleMania weekend was that his big gay brunch was canceled. I was looking I was really looking forward to that brunch.
That's right. And you were thinking about like still going and like.
I know. It was such a bad. I still haven't gotten my refund for the plane tickets, but I'm giving them every opportunity to do it before I start getting angry.
Right.
That's a miss, man. That would have been fun to watch. I mean, for you to go and experience.
But the good thing is that you still get to hold on to that kind of excitement.
Yeah.
It happens.
It should happen.
I didn't get a refund from the event because I think they're still going to try and do it somewhere else or at a different time. So I didn't want to give up my ticket. So, and I'd rather support them and just get my money back from the airlines because I'd rather support the small promotions.
Right, exactly.
All right, next wrestler.
Yes.
Isn't this me?
That's me.
Yeah, he's me.
That's the Undertaker.
Yes. He's my counterpart.
Yes. But if we didn't know who he was, what would you call him?
I would definitely call him the Shallow.
Yes, I like that. The Shallow.
The Shallow.
Yeah, he definitely looks like a Grim Reaper type.
Definitely scary off the back. I was very terrified of him.
I remember
Very
same. I remember when he like took some time off of wrestling back in the day, and then he made a comeback. And I remember watching his last show, and then I remember watching his comeback, and it was pretty iconic too.
That's pretty cool.
And he is still wrestling, although it's probably one of his last years doing it because he's still great and he's still iconic, but sometimes his opponents aren't able to make him look as good as he once was.
Yeah.
But this year for WrestleMania, because they had no audience, they were able to sort of experiment, and they had these cinematic matches that almost were like, looks like you were watching a movie or a TV show. And so he was in a boneyard match, which basically took place in a graveyard against somebody. And it was really cool to watch him. Like, it was just the editing and just like everything about it was just really cool. And he looked really good.
It just seemed like it was his element.
Yes.
I remember his little thing was like some like older, short, heavy guy used to come out.
Yeah, Paul Bearer.
Right? He used to do
Was that drinking bat blood?
No, like I don't know. He was like on the microphone going, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just remember like a lot of that.
Okay.
Yes, The Undertaker is definitely one of the most recognized and most iconic people in wrestling history.
He almost has Jeepers Creepers vibes, like the whole setup. I definitely feel like they designed Jeepers Creepers around his aesthetic, like the hat and the damn jacket. Hair. It's pretty crazy.
We're horror fans, disclaimer.
Yeah, sorry, horror fans over here.
It's okay. All right, next guy.
What the? Isn't that? Okay, wait. Isn't that looks like The Rock? It's not The Rock though.
I don't think it's The Rock.
That's The Rock. Is that The Rock when he first started?
No, wait. We have to guess first.
No, I know who he is. He's Rashiki.
Rashiki. Wait. No, but he definitely looks like a Rashiki, but maybe like a.
Why does that look like The Rock though?
No, that cannot be The Rock.
What, chunkier? It looks more chunkier in the
No,
face.
it just can't be him.
Not chunky, but in the
I
face.
remember watching the old Rock, and he was more like marketable than this.
I don't know.
I think
I've never seen this guy before.
I don't know, but he definitely looks like a Rashiki.
I don't know.
Like you hit it on the nail with that name for some reason.
What's his name? I don't know.
So this is Rocky Maivia, who later on became The Rock.
No.
That is
no,
Dwayne Johnson.
Wait, what was his first name? What was his
Rocky
name?
Maivia. He took he's a third generation wrestler, so he took his grandfather's name, Peter Maivia, and his dad's name, Rocky Johnson, and became Rocky Maivia.
Okay, for wrestling.
And then he dropped that eventually once he became more established and was just The Rock.
Whoa.
That is crazy.
He was way chunkier in the face for some reason.
I mean, he definitely worked very hard to get where he's at now, like body-wise.
No, but even back then, watching him, he was like super slim.
Right. Like,
I think he was slimmer than that. Or I don't know, maybe.
I just remember, can you smell what The Rock is cooking? I remember like a slim.
This guy's iconic.
Or like the arch brow.
Yeah.
I don't know, like the slick hair. I think he had slick hair when he was like The Rock, right?
Yes.
Yes, I remember the slick hair. I never seen him with his hair like this.
Yeah, this was probably like really early on into his WWF career.
Yeah, because the colors, I remember it with him with the like latex pants. Was it latex? Or like, it was like this color like vinyl pant or something.
I can't remember.
Or maybe it was like leather pants or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I chose a younger picture just to see if you guys would recognize. Because I figured if I showed a regular picture, like, oh yeah, that's The Rock. Like,
that is so funny.
This was The Rock when he was a little pebble.
The pebble. Love that. That is hilarious. You took me by surprise with that.
No, honestly. And we knew who it was. We just couldn't believe it.
So young.
All right.
This is definitely a little more new.
The Hardy Brothers?
No, we did that.
Wait.
I purposely put these in here to see if you would call them the Hardys. It's not.
I want to call them the Scotties.
No. Are they from the early 2000s too?
No.
The 90s?
No.
They're present day, and they've been around. I mean, they were probably wrestling in the early 2000s, but not on television.
Oh, okay.
Damn. I stand by the Scotties.
And they have videos that come out on the internet every Monday.
Oh, you showed me some.
Yes.
Are they something brothers?
They are brothers.
Okay. It's on the tip of my tongue and I can't even pronounce it.
Get it off your tongue.
I know, I just can't pronounce the word. Like,
try it.
Oh man, Sarah, I remember.
Because you can get close. Go try.
No. There's something brothers, right?
Okay.
No. Oh, they're not. The brother is not in the name.
No.
Oh, okay. I thought it was. Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna have to pass. I don't know.
Pass? I didn't even know that was an option.
I forgot. Okay.
So this is Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson, and they go by the name of the Young Bucks.
The Young Bucks.
Young Bucks.
Yeah, definitely wasn't coming to mind at all. But I've seen
Nick is the one that does the Merch Freak video that I showed you.
Yeah.
And yeah, they do the video. I always, like every Monday pretty much, I'm like, look at this thing.
That is so funny.
And they are part of, Matt was one of the main creators of AEW, and both of them together are high up in their like force.
Interesting.
All right, who's next?
Britney? Britney Spears? No. What? She looks very familiar for some reason. But wait. She's definitely from the early 2000s, right? Or the 90s. I was going to say there was another wrestler who was blonde. Is it Trish? Wait. Is it Trish? Trish or something? I don't know.
Her name is Trish.
Oh.
Just Trish? Okay.
I don't know.
Trish what?
Trish Beckinsale. No, I'm kidding.
Trish.
Damn.
Don't say it.
Okay.
Don't say it.
That's all I remember. I know I always saw China, and then there was always a blonde woman in that same time that I remembered because I used to be like gasping for like, oh my god, they're so pretty.
Really? I only like
Trish.
went hard for China. That's the only girl I remember.
So this is Trish Stratus.
Oh, see, damn, I wouldn't get that.
Stratus. Ooh,
And
that's an iconic name.
Her little catchphrase was like, 100% Stratisfaction.
Yes.
And she's now a yoga teacher in Canada.
Love.
Okay.
I
Wow.
love staying active and youthful. So pretty.
So next.
Hey.
Okay, so I only recognize one out of the four, and
What is he
that's
doing in this group?
Hulk Hogan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I recognize Hulk Hogan. Did you recognize him?
Of course.
Or did you think that was Brooke Hogan?
Okay. Yeah, Brooke Hogan. No, but of course that's Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
With that beard and those glasses.
The iconic tan.
They were a group.
This was one of the main factions in the 90s. Like in my area, this was who everyone knew in wrestling because they were everywhere. Like the lottery sold, like the literal like scratch off ticket lottery. Like you could win their merchandise on lottery tickets, and like they were everywhere.
I mean, the group was definitely NWO,
Yes.
but like I just don't know them individually.
Yeah, individually, the only person I know is
Hulk Hogan.
Mr. Hulk Hogan and
But I do remember this. I just
Mm.
don't remember enough.
No. Yeah.
So we have Hulk Hogan and then X-Pac, the guy with the bandana. And then the brown-haired tall guy is Kevin Nash, who wrestled in WWE as Diesel.
Okay.
And
then Razor Ramon, or in NWO, he was Scott Hall.
Scott Hall. Yeah, I've never seen
X-Pac rings a bell. Like
X-Pac was an ex of Chyna's as well. They had an adult video together.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And Chyna was on, what was it, a reality show on VH1. I don't know if it was like the D-Life Celebrity or which one it was, but he like kept coming on trying to like win her back because they were going through a breakup at the time.
Oh, the tea.
Wow, Chyna's life.
Chyna had a very interesting life, for sure. They should like make a movie about her life.
Hello, Netflix. If you're hearing this, Netflix.
Yes, and call it Find Chyna.
Yes.
I will take it.
Find Chyna the movie. Or the documentary, whatever.
The docuseries. Let's be modern.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Okay, so next.
That is Ric Flair. Right?
Oh, look at you.
Yes, I got that. I hate the iconic hair. Always has that hair.
That bleach.
No matter how old he got.
Yeah, he still has hair.
Oh, he still has the hair?
Yeah.
And that
not as much of it, but he does still have
it. You literally answered it. That's funny.
Sorry. I didn't mean to like win.
Okay.
Who is this?
Hey, that is Kota Kabuki, right? Kabuki. No. Wait, it's Kota Kabushi.
Close.
Kota Kabushi. No, that's something Bushi. Something Soda Bushi.
Soda Bushi.
No, Kota.
Kota Bushi.
Kota Ibushi.
Okay.
Kota Ibushi.
Yes.
He's
okay.
Kota Ibushi.
And then the other guy.
Oh man.
And how do you know this?
Because she showed me videos. They had like an iconic ass fight or like a whole history.
I watched like a 31-minute documentary about them.
Yeah, it was actually really, it had me emotional.
No way.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. The other guy, Fudge, forgot.
It's just everyone today is looking like a Scott to me.
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone's just Scott. Damn, but Kota and they didn't have a duo name, right?
They did.
They did. But it wasn't like Kota and, right?
No.
Ah, shit. I'm sorry. I don't know.
Okay, so it's Kota Ibushi, which I immediately always think of you because of your cat.
Yeah, that's exactly why I never forget.
And then it's Kenny Omega.
Kenny Omega. There you go.
And their team name is the Golden Lovers. And
yes!
They were one of the first LGBTQ plus storylines in wrestling.
Interesting. But were they really together?
That's the mystery. No one really knows. But they were definitely like best friends. But whether they were actually like romantically involved, no one really knows. Kenny doesn't talk about it.
They were like the best friends on like in the ring. They like
Mhm.
killed it together
They were
too.
just so good.
And they're still wrestling.
Not together currently. They're in different organizations, but
Kenny Omega's in AEW
Look at you with your knowledge.
because of Sarah.
Good listener.
All right, who is this? I picked this specific photo for a reason.
It's not. How? I can't read his shirt. Steve Carell. I'm kidding. Older or newer wrestler?
He's like kind of mid. He was around in the probably like mid to late 2000s, and he still wrestles today. He originally started as a cheerleader.
No.
Long blonde hair.
You may have watched a rant video from one of your favorite YouTubers about him.
Trisha dated, was seeing him for a while, right? Oh, that was one of her iconic like rant videos because it got a lot of fire.
Every fucking video she does gets
I know,
fire.
but that one specifically made her look bad.
Damn. No. I love the tea though. I need to watch that.
Damn, I don't remember the title, so
his name is Dolph Ziggler.
Okay.
And his shirt is the one that I no longer have.
The pink shirt.
Yes, the pink shirt.
Why don't you have it?
My ex-boyfriend stole it.
Yeah, Kenny Omega. No, but yeah.
Damn.
So yes, I picked this wrestler because of his connection to your favorite Trisha Paytas and because of my iconic pink shirt that I no longer have.
Oh my god, we're gonna get canceled just because we love her.
Yeah, no, but that's hilarious, and thank you for putting that in. The fucking pink shirt.
I'm gonna get another one someday.
Now that she's seen Mean Girls, I told her like, I want my pink shirt back.
All right.
Yes. That's what I've been telling you about.
What?
The wrestler on AEW, the new one.
You've been telling me about a wrestler?
Like the first super flamboyant male wrestler.
Oh, I didn't even know that was a male.
Yes, that is.
Yes, girl.
Why am I forgetting everyone's name all of a sudden? But
and she chose this.
Oh,
these are Easter eggs for you.
Yeah, that's Sunny Kiss.
Sunny Kiss.
Sunny Kiss.
Oh, I love that name.
I know, right? Sunny Kiss.
It makes me want to pose just like that.
He's from Jersey City, I believe. He's from New Jersey, but I think it's Jersey City.
Okay, tri-state area sister.
He twerks in the wrestling ring.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, twerking all up in there.
Before or after the
during.
Both
During.
And during. I respect that.
Yeah.
Sunny Kiss.
And I love that he's like accepted. Like people love him. Like I feel like he's being used in the right way. Like WWE might be making fun of him, but AEW embraces him.
That's what I like. That's what I respect about AEW, that they're just like celebrating that he's different and they're not just pushing him to the back. Well, I don't watch enough of it to know what they do with him or his character, but like the things you've showed me, like he's wrestling with, regular, I guess like the regulars of the shows, and like make him seem like the afterthought or something.
So where is he fighting? He's fighting for both?
No, just the men. Just AEW. And then I think he does some independents. He was supposed to be at the gay brunch.
Oh.
And it's pretty crazy because like you would think the fans of wrestling and that whole world of wrestling wouldn't accept this type of character on the show or just in the ring. But the fact that they do, I love it.
Is he tucking?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
That's a whole different world.
If he's ever a guest on the show, I'll ask. But I think he does, I don't know if it's Zumba or yoga, but he's an instructor of some sort. So maybe one day you guys can go to like Jersey City and like find his video.
And does he have like a wrestling boyfriend too?
I think his boyfriend does wrestle on the independents. And his boyfriend is definitely a very different looking. Like he's definitely like a more typical like manly guy.
Sunny Kiss.
Yes.
Breaking the rules. Love. Yes, Jungle Boy.
I don't know him, but I only know. I've seen him just once before for a picture reference of his hair.
Yeah, because
Yes.
you wanted the curls. Love.
That's
You guys
how I
literally
feel
have
on
the
the
same
inside.
haircut. Yes.
Yes.
He is you and you is him.
All is all.
All is all. You guys have the same damn hair color. It's crazy. Well, your hair color changes from day to day.
My hair color does change.
In this moment, it looks exactly like that. We're gonna get you those curls one day.
Do you know
And they don't like advertise it on the show, which I really appreciate, and he really appreciates, but he is the son of Luke Perry from 90210 and Riverdale.
Oh yeah. I never
And he
watched
was
this
also
one.
in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but I didn't realize which character he was, or I forgot that he was in it until it was over. So I don't know what character he was
That's so
in.
interesting.
Jungle Boy?
Not Jungle Boy, his dad. Well, Jungle Boy was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I listened to a podcast with him on it this week, and he said that he was in it, but he doesn't know if they used his part because he hadn't watched it yet.
Interesting.
But his dad, like, that was the last role that his dad did, and his dad, like, wanted him to be in it with him. And then it just kind of turned out that, unfortunately, his dad passed, but he was technically in that movie with him.
That's crazy.
The hair, you can never forget it.
Yes, Jungle Boy, like, his hair is just so iconic.
Oh, Jungle Boy?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was just you guys like an insider.
No, his name is Jungle Boy.
Oh, okay, cool.
Right?
Jungle Boy, Jack Perry.
Oh, okay.
Jack Perry.
All right, who is this?
This looks like a throwback type of picture.
He looks like Dewey from Scream.
Dewey. Officer Dewey. No.
That's the name I would give him, Officer Dewey.
No. First.
Does not ring a bell.
Doesn't. I cannot come up with anything.
Well, Cynthus should have gone with her first instinct because it is Officer Dewey, David Arquette. He is a professional wrestler.
No way!
Stop it! And you had that picture ready too.
Wait!
I was expecting you not to know, and so I was going to give you a hint.
Get the fuck out
I
of here.
told you that was him.
Wait, he's literally wrestling right now?
Yeah.
That's him right now.
Yeah.
What the?
And where is he wrestling? What is he wrestling
He does
for?
Independence.
Okay.
But there's they actually just made a documentary because he was in a wrestling movie called Ready to Rumble like years
I
ago.
remember, yeah.
And I guess he kind of was tired of being looked at as like a joke, so he decided that he wanted to do it for real. And they made a documentary. I don't know if it's out on Netflix. They made a documentary about him and his journey.
I cannot believe that's David Arquette.
You literally had.
I had it.
The person that came to you was.
The first person that came to mind was Officer Dewey.
Oh my god! We were just watching like the Scream
We went the whole
trilogy. Like
all four.
it was. That's insane. That's so funny.
I'm like, they'll know it from Scream because they are who they are.
Yeah, we're horror fans.
That is hilarious. I mean, it's crazy that he's wrestling right now. Because I was watching the movie, I was like, damn, I wonder what he's doing. I haven't seen him in the movie at all.
I've never seen a
Wrestling.
recent picture of him. It's been a couple years since I've seen a picture
Yeah,
of
he
him.
looks different.
And I've never seen him shirtless.
Yeah. Wow, that was a good one.
Good for you, David Arquette.
Showing the haters.
Yes.
All right, so we have 4 more to go.
Go.
Let's do it.
Chilo might know him.
He's new?
He's been around for a few years. He wrestles on NXT, and I sent you a video of him the other day. Bro.
Bro.
Oh, that video.
Original bro. That's his hat. That's what it says.
Original bro. Oh, damn.
I'm gonna call him Original Bro.
I don't know his name.
His name is Matt Riddle.
Matt Riddle.
He was a UFC fighter and then cut ties with them. He's in WWE now on their NXT brand, and he definitely plays up like the bro person, like the stoner bro. He's like a stoner bro.
Oh, okay.
Love that.
He wrestles without shoes on. Like,
Okay.
He's a stoner, bro.
Just because he's a stoner, we'll respect it.
We love the pleather shirt.
He's one of my favorites on the brand, and he goes with the bro inside joke that our former coworkers have all had together.
He almost reminisces like Wayne's World.
A little bit.
Yeah, with the hat and the long hair.
Okay.
Is that
We made up a name for him once already, Chilo.
we did? Oh, Joey Janela.
Yeah.
No? Yeah?
Wow.
Because it's Joey Janela Nutella.
Vanilla Nutella.
Joey Janela Vanilla Nutella. Yes. That's funny.
And he's from Jersey also.
Yes. Didn't you go see him one day? No.
Yeah, he was at the event that I went to and got blood on.
Yeah, right. You got all
He's
blood.
a White Claw drinker.
Right.
Okay.
That's when I told you that I don't know what the hell White Claw is.
And he would cancel you for that. And I have lots of Joey Janela stuff to show you whenever you come back to work because he's been thriving during quarantine.
Love
All right. So this is one that, if it's the one that I think it is, this is probably going to be the most controversial wrestler that I show. Yes.
You know.
You might know this for the wrong reasons.
Oh.
Yes. I definitely recognize his face. I don't want to... Let me see.
Forgot about my hood.
He wasn't arrested for like a domestic abuse or something like that, right?
He wasn't arrested.
But it was domestic abuse.
Something
Something like that?
kind of.
I remember that
Did he kill someone?
I don't know. Was he? No, he wasn't the one that killed his wife and kids and himself. Oh my gosh. I remember when that was on the news
Mm-hmm.
because that was around the time where I was still watching with my family.
Well, that's dark.
And I remember that was in the news and it was like, it blew everyone away.
That is pretty dark.
I don't know if it involved like drugs or anything like that,
Yeah.
but.
So what is the story?
So his name is Chris Benoit.
Uh-huh.
He was really good friends with Eddie Guerrero, who I showed earlier, and Chris Jericho. And he missed a wrestling paper. It's not necessarily confirmed, but he did have a lot of concussions in his career. And after Eddie Guerrero passed, that was like, at least from like all the sources and things, Eddie was like his rock and his like person. So
Yeah.
whenever Eddie died, he really didn't take it well and sort of started going downhill mentally.
Damn.
There probably was other stuff going on also, but that was sort of when his like rapid decline happened. And yeah, like before one of his pay-per-views where he was supposed to defend one of his titles, he called in and they did a wellness check and they came in and found that he had killed his 6-year-old son and his wife and then had hung himself.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so it's sad. It's sad.
A lot.
It's sort of like one of those stories where there are conspiracy theories that like he wasn't the one that did it, that like someone else did it and stuff. But they also have, his dad did donate his brain to science, and they did show like he was one of sort of the leading cases of CTE, that they show that like people that have a lot of concussions or like football players or people that have a lot of head injuries, like that can happen. And one of the sort of side effects or things that go along with CTE is like aggression and different things that could lead someone to do the things that he did. So, I mean, we'll never really know.
Right.
That's intense.
When you said that, that's the first thing that popped in my head.
He's one of the most debated wrestlers because he was extremely talented and he did have some of the best matches in the 2000s.
I remember that.
But because of what he did, he's sort of been erased from all history books. He's not talked about by the WWE and any of that. And it's sort of a debate of like, well, like there have been a lot of wrestlers that have done bad things, but they still get talked about. Like, yes, what he did was absolutely terrible, but he was still good at what he did.
Right, because I definitely have heard some things about a few wrestlers, and they're still like praised. Some of them are, you could still know who they are.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty crazy though.
But yeah, he's one of the wrestlers that sort of people that give wrestling a bad name. Sometimes they'll bring him up and say that, they're all just very violent and aggressive, and
Right.
they sort of use him as their poster boy. But not all wrestlers have done this. There have been other wrestlers that have done bad things, but no one has done the exact things that he did.
He also wasn't mentally there.
Yeah. And all organizations, like all sports, like football and all of those organizations that have like head injuries as a side effect or as a potential thing that happens on the job, they do monitor concussions and stuff a lot now. Like for a while, Daniel Bryan was not able to wrestle because he had so many concussions and just so many other like problems with his body that the doctors would not clear him. And he worked very hard to be able to get to a point where they would allow him to wrestle again. So it is very heavily monitored, but CTE is sort of one of those things like Alzheimer's that you can't really look at it until the person is dead.
Right.
So you can't just go in for a physical and be like, how's my brain functions?
Right.
Pretty sad.
All right. And the next one is a more lighthearted wrestler.
I don't remember her.
She's new. She's in AEW. Chilo might know.
Oh, yeah. Isn't it the girl who was, like, she had a part in the movie, right? Wrestling with My Family? No.
No.
Not Wrestling with My Family, whatever it's called. Fighting with My Family. But, okay, that's not her.
Her name looks like Stephanie Martinez.
Stephanie, okay. Sunny. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember.
Miss Lace Front.
Yes, she has a lace headband.
So this is Nyla Rose.
Ooh, Nyla Rose.
And she is important in the industry for multiple reasons, but she is the first transgendered wrestler to be on a main roster and be on television.
Wow.
And she is currently the AEW Women's Champion. So
yes.
She's the first transgender to hold a major title.
Okay.
Wow.
I remember our conversation, but I don't remember the name. That's crazy.
That's amazing.
And she has done a lot of awareness for transgendered people. And she had, whenever she won the title, and even before, she did get a lot of backlash online of people saying that she shouldn't be able to wrestle with the women because she was biologically born a man.
Right.
You guys have any opinions on?
I have an opinion right now. Like we said earlier, if China can look the way she did, carry herself the way she did, work as hard to be where she's at, this girl deserves it too. This girl deserves it too. Because easily someone who doesn't know China, not to disrespect China at all, but that's a very masculine woman, and anyone who doesn't know her could have made an assumption about her.
Yeah. And
at the end of the day, that was a big woman. She was a strong woman, and they could have said the same thing about her.
I mean, growing up, you barely see built women or women who have masculine features represented as sexy in the media and any industry like that. So it's like when you see someone like China, you're like, oh, is that a man? Not to make fun of her, not to disrespect her, but someone who doesn't know that, like a little kid, you'd be like, whoa, that looks very manly, but that's a woman and her body with muscles. So it's why would you judge someone for their past of who they were? But that's
if they see themselves as a woman, they should fight as a woman.
Exactly.
If you feel a woman, then you are a woman.
I have a lot of opinions on this topic because I know there's a lot of people, and we know someone, but I know there's people who have their opinions of why and how it doesn't make sense or the obvious, but there's so much you can say. I don't know.
It's definitely very frustrating. I've listened to interviews with her where she'll talk about yeah, I was born a man, but I've been on estrogen for however many years now. If you were to take my blood and know nothing about me, my blood would tell you that I am a female.
Exactly.
Because all of her levels are that of a female.
Yeah.
So there's no reason that she shouldn't be able, like if you were to put, like if wrestling was a legitimate sport that wasn't predetermined, she would do better in the female division than the men's division because she doesn't have the same body makeup that she did whenever she was a male.
Yes.
Right. I always said like a comparison, like if Melanie and me or anybody, you and me, anybody in the ring with me, if I was battling a female, they can whip my ass in seconds, and I could be like, they could be stronger than me. So it doesn't matter if she was a man in the past or like if she's transgender. It doesn't matter. Like, you know what's funny? South Park made an episode about. Did you see that one?
Yes.
It was like she was competing on like, what was it? A race or something.
Yeah.
Something like that. But it was pretty funny how they went into that topic of like the public not accepting a trans woman into this women's league, because she was masculine built, she had the deeper voice. So it was pretty funny. Like that also goes into real life as well.
And it's crazy because like in this scenario, I didn't even notice that she was transgendered.
Me either.
I literally just saw a woman. So like even if I didn't take her blood and I just take a quick look at her, I wouldn't say off the bat like she wasn't biologically born this way.
I mean, it's just people can never change their ways. That's the problem.
Yeah, like you definitely can't tell by looking at her. Like whenever I first saw her, I didn't know that she was a transgender woman, and a lot of the people that she worked with also didn't know by looking at her, because she does, I don't know what surgeries she's had done or any of that, but I mean she does just look very feminine and very like that's how she is.
I say do you, boo, and you obviously are holding a title, so you hold on to the title, and whenever someone says something about you, you just show them your title.
Who she is doesn't take away from any titles that she holds in general.
Exactly.
Like, she is who she is, and that's it.
All right, so that concludes the picture portion of the podcast. And I guess the only thing I had left to ask you guys is, if you guys were wrestlers, what would your names and personas be?
Oh,
yes.
Shit.
Yes.
My indecisive ass. I'd be like, I'll make up a name, and then the week of the show when I'm debuting, I'll change my name, and then like 30 minutes later, I'll change my name after that. And then the day that the lights are turning on and I'm about to go and step onto that ring, I'm changing my name right in front of that.
I already have my thing right now. So you can think about it and I'm going to go. So I would be Red Guardian. Yes. Because I would always rock my red hair. Love. And I would always come out in a black latex outfit with like red stripes down both sides of my body. Love. And then of course I have to be extra once I get into the ring. Latex. Yeah. And revealing my red latex like 2-piece wrestling match shit, and I'm wearing like these combat boots, and I got my hair in half up, half down.
Very fiery.
Very fiery. And then when I'm coming out, it's gonna be like the fiercest music. I don't know what the melody would be, but it would be where I'm like literally coming out and like combat. I'm creating wind in my hair, and all the fans are just like
love. Someone clearly thought about this before.
No, that literally just came out on the top of my head.
I think I would name myself the Chi.
Yes, the Chi.
Only because isn't it like peace? No, like it's like energy, right?
It's like energy, like kind of, yeah.
So like my energy to the ring will be like, let me calm you down and put my palm on your forehead.
That's how I'm gonna defeat you.
Like, let me Chi you.
Yeah.
I would definitely have like a very khaki outfit, very nude,
okay,
very monotone, very muted.
Oh, on brand.
On brand. The Chi.
And who would if you had to challenge anyone in the beauty community to a wrestling match?
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
This could be controversial, but who cares?
What? Who would you do?
It's just gonna get you more views.
More views, exactly.
Who would you fight and why?
I have a few of them. I probably would have to do like a team, what do you call it, team match?
No team match. Because if there was a team match, it would be me.
Off the back, I would definitely fight James Charles. But Manny Moore also has my has his name on the.
Oh,
my
so
list.
you're choosing them because you have a target on their back.
Yeah, Target. It's like.
Okay, so I'm gonna say who and why. I would have Trisha as my opponent.
Love
Trisha Paytas, just to be more specific. Because I know she's such a team player, and I know that she, in the moment, she would be all about it, and like she would give me her all, and not because I want to fight her, but I know that I would give it my all, and I
put on a show.
Yeah, and I want to put on a show, and I want her. I know she would literally try to kick my
ass. Saying that, Jeffree Star would be an amazing person to fight. That's a show.
That would get so many views.
That is a show. That is like a glitter explosion, pink everything, pink ring, all that. Love that.
I feel like Trisha would wrestle you, and then afterwards she'd want to do like an OnlyFans collab.
Yes!
Yes.
She'd be like, I have this 2-piece that I can't fit into. You want to join? And I'll be like...
And the OnlyFans video would just be like...
Or she would just go off looking for Dolph Ziggler.
Yes. She would just like miss the show. Just to go out. That's funny. Definitely James Charles. I'll take that back. James Charles or Jeffree Star. That'll be a great show.
Yes.
That'll be a great match.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on. Where can we find you guys on your social medias?
Oh, yes. You can follow me, Chilo, on Instagram at OChilo, at OHCHILO. That's OChilo on Instagram. I'm mostly on Instagram only, so that's all you can really find me.
And YouTube.
Oh, yeah, and YouTube. At OChilo as well.
You guys can find me at Cynthus ____. And you can spell Cynthus as CYNTHUS ____ on
3.
Yes, 3 underscores. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and
YouTube.
Yeah.
You're a YouTuber.
Don't forget about YouTube.
I know.
But she's a big TikToker. She loves TikTok.
I love TikTok. So find me on TikTok.
Yes.
And just so everyone knows, Chilo was the one that did my music for this podcast. So the music before and afterwards, that was done by Chilo.
That's right. I'm your producer. Well, producer for the music. Thank you for having us.
Yes.
And until next time.
This was fun.
Till next time, we will see you later. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.